Seniors, this sleeping position is silently hurting your heart. Change it now. Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Maybe your heart feels like it's working a little harder, or there's that odd heaviness in your chest when you roll out of bed. And yet, everything seems fine the night before. You lay down, get comfortable, and drift off. But somehow, you wake up not feeling quite as refreshed as you expected. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Many folks in their 60s, 70s, even 80s experience this, but what most don't realize is it might not be just about age. It could be something as simple as the way you sleep. Now, I know that might sound surprising. We spend about a third of our lives sleeping, and after all those years, it's easy to think we figured it out. You find a comfortable position, stick with it, and call it a night. But there's one particular sleeping position that quietly puts more strain on your heart, especially as we get older. It's not something most people talk about, and doctors don't always bring it up unless you ask. But today, that's exactly what we're here to cover. Because making a small change to how you sleep could mean the difference between waking up feeling rested and energized, or waking up feeling drained and sluggish. And it doesn't take some complicated routine or expensive gadget. Just a bit of awareness and a simple adjustment can go a long way toward protecting your heart and helping you feel better every morning. Now, before we get into what that sleeping position is, let's take a moment to think about why it matters so much. As we get older, our heart has to work a little harder to keep things running smoothly. That's just the natural way of things. The blood vessels lose some of their flexibility, the muscles in the heart may not pump quite as powerfully, and circulation can slow down. That means anything we do that puts extra pressure or strain on the heart, especially over several hours while we're asleep, can have a bigger impact than it used to. That's why your sleeping position matters. While you're asleep, your body is supposed to be resting and recovering. Your heart gets a chance to slow down, your muscles relax, and your body goes into repair mode. But if you're sleeping in a position that compresses certain parts of your body, especially the chest and abdomen, it makes it harder for your heart to do its job. The heart has to push against that extra pressure night after night, which can lead to waking up feeling tired, short of breath, or even experiencing irregular heart rhythms over time. One of the most common positions where this happens is sleeping on your stomach. Now, I know for some folks, sleeping on their belly just feels natural. Maybe it's how you've always fallen asleep, going all the way back to your younger days. But as we age, sleeping flat on your stomach puts direct pressure on your chest and abdomen. That weight compresses your heart and lungs, making it harder for blood to flow freely and for your lungs to expand fully. It's like gently squeezing a garden hose. The flow doesn't stop entirely, but it's not as strong or as smooth as it should be. I remember talking with Mr. Bennett, a gentleman in his 70s who'd been having trouble with fatigue and occasional dizziness in the mornings. He'd already had some heart checkups, and everything seemed mostly fine. But during one of our conversations, he mentioned that he always slept on his stomach, said it was the only way he felt comfortable. Once he tried switching things up, giving his body a little more room to breathe and his heart a break from that overnight pressure, he started noticing real changes. He felt clearer in the mornings, more alert, and those feelings of heaviness faded. Now, changing your sleeping position isn't always as easy as flipping a switch. Your body gets used to certain habits over the years. If you've been sleeping a certain way for decades, it might feel strange at first to lie differently. But that's okay. It's all about small steps and giving yourself time to adjust. One of the gentlest ways to transition away from stomach sleeping is by practicing side sleeping, particularly on your left side. Left side sleeping has been shown to help with circulation and reduce the pressure on your heart. It allows your body's natural systems to flow more freely, letting your heart rest a little easier through the night. Of course, comfort is key. If side sleeping doesn't feel natural right away, using a supportive pillow between your knees or hugging a pillow to your chest can help keep your body in a relaxed, stable position while you adjust. I've had plenty of folks tell me that after a few nights, what first felt unfamiliar became their new favorite way to drift off. And it's not just about the heart. Adjusting your sleep position can also help with digestion, breathing, and even reduce the risk of things like acid reflux or snoring. It's all connected. When your body is aligned in a way that supports natural function, everything works a little better, quietly, smoothly, without you even having to think about it while you sleep. Now that we've talked about why sleeping on your stomach can quietly strain your heart and how side sleeping helps, there are still a couple more important points to cover, like how to make these changes feel natural and what other bedtime habits can support a healthier, more restful night. Making that change from stomach sleeping to side sleeping is really about patience and finding little ways to make your new routine feel natural and easy. I always remind folks, you've had a lifetime of habits. It's perfectly okay if it takes a few nights, maybe even a couple of weeks, for your body to settle into something new. But there are simple things you can do to help yourself adjust without frustration or lost sleep. One of the most helpful tricks is setting up what I like to call a gentle sleep barrier. That's just a fancy way of saying, use pillows to guide your body into the right position and keep it there as you rest. If you're trying to switch from sleeping on your stomach to sleeping on your side, placing a firm pillow behind your back can act as a little nudge that prevents you from rolling onto your stomach during the night. Your body feels the support, and over time, it learns to stay where it's most comfortable without needing to think about it. Another helpful idea is to place a small pillow or cushion between your knees while sleeping on your side. This isn't just for comfort, it keeps your hips and spine aligned, making it easier on your back and preventing those little aches and pains that can sometimes sneak in overnight. A lot of seniors I've spoken with, like Ms. June, who shared her story with me not long ago, found that this small change made a huge difference. She told me she used to wake up feeling stiff all the time until she added that knee pillow. Now she wakes up feeling lighter and better rested. And most importantly, her heart health checks have been looking steadier too. Now, while adjusting your sleeping position helps reduce strain on your heart, there's something else we have to talk about that often gets overlooked, and that's your pillow height. It might sound like a small detail, but the way your neck and head are supported at night can affect everything from your breathing to your circulation. If your pillow is too high or too firm, it pushes your head forward, which can compress your airways slightly and make your heart work harder to compensate. If it's too flat, your neck might not get enough support, leading to tension and strain. That's why finding a pillow that keeps your head aligned with your spine, not tilted up or down, is key. When you lie on your side, your neck should feel neutral, not bent in any direction. I've found that medium firm pillows, shaped to support side sleepers, often work best for this. And if you're not sure whether your pillow is right, just pay attention to how you feel in the morning. If you wake up with neck or shoulder stiffness, it might be time for a small upgrade. Breathing also plays a big part here. When your sleeping position and pillow height are in balance, your lungs have the room they need to expand fully while you sleep. That means easier breathing, quieter nights, and less strain on your heart as it pumps oxygen-rich blood through your system. It's all part of a natural chain. Better breathing supports your heart supports your energy and well-being, and you wake up feeling refreshed instead of worn out. Another area I want to touch on is the temperature and environment in your bedroom. Believe it or not, the way you set up your sleeping space can either support or strain your heart. Sleeping in a room that's too hot or stuffy forces your body to work harder to cool down and regulate itself through the night. That means your heart might end up doing more work than it should, even when you're resting. I always suggest keeping the room slightly cool, around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Fresh air makes a difference too. If you're able to crack a window or use a fan for gentle airflow, that can help your body relax more deeply during sleep. Mr. Henry, a gentleman I spoke with last spring, said he never realized how much his room temperature affected his sleep quality until he gave it a try. Once he cooled things down and added a small fan for airflow, his nighttime rest improved almost immediately. Now, while we're talking about creating a heart-friendly sleep environment, let's not forget about winding down before bed. If you go to sleep feeling tense, rushed, or overstimulated, your body carries that tension into the night. And again, that puts a quiet strain on your heart. Even though it's resting, it's not truly relaxing if your mind and muscles are still holding on to the day's stress. A simple wind-down routine can make all the difference. That could be something as easy as dimming the lights an hour before bed, sipping a warm, non-caffeinated tea, or listening to calming music while you settle in. Some folks enjoy light stretching before bed, just enough to loosen up any tightness without getting your heart rate up too high. One of my favorite suggestions is practicing a few minutes of deep, slow breathing while lying in your new side sleeping position. Inhale through your nose, count to 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 6 or 8. This naturally slows your heart rate, signals to your body that it's time to rest, and helps smooth out your transition into sleep. As you settle into your new routine, side sleeping, pillow adjustments, a cooler room, and a wind-down habit, you'll likely start noticing subtle shifts. Maybe you'll wake up feeling clearer in the head, lighter in the chest, more refreshed in the morning light. And even though those changes might feel small at first, they add up to something big. A quieter, steadier heart, supporting you as you enjoy the days ahead. There's still one more important piece to consider when it comes to sleep and heart health, something that ties everything together and helps ensure your nights are truly as restorative as they should be. Let's keep going. Now that we've covered the importance of your sleeping position, pillow height, and creating a calming environment, there's one last piece I want to share that really ties everything together, and that's consistency. You see, the human body, especially as we get a little older, thrives on rhythm. And I don't just mean a steady heartbeat. I mean having a steady sleep routine, something your body can count on every night. A lot of times I hear from folks who say they just go to bed when they feel tired, whether that's 8 o'clock or midnight depending on the day. But here's what happens when sleep times bounce around. Your body's internal clock, that natural system that tells you when to sleep, wake up, eat, and rest, it gets a little confused. And when that clock is out of sync, it can make sleep feel less restful. Your heart doesn't get the same chance to fully slow down and recharge. That's why I always encourage choosing a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. It doesn't have to be exact to the minute, but keeping things within the same window helps your body develop a rhythm that supports your heart health. Think of it like setting a gentle schedule for yourself, not a strict rule, just a steady habit that keeps everything flowing smoothly. Mr. Samuel, a man I've worked with, used to stay up late watching TV some nights and head to bed early on others. Once he committed to a regular sleep time, lights out by 10, up by 6:30, he noticed he felt more energized, less groggy in the mornings, and even his heart rate felt steadier. Little things like that really do make a difference. Now, while we're on the topic of steadiness, there's something else I'd like to mention. It's about listening to your body and paying attention to the signs it gives you, especially at night. If you find yourself waking up with chest discomfort, unusual shortness of breath, or a racing heart more than once in a while, it's important not to brush that off as just another part of aging. It's always worth having a chat with your doctor about those things. Better to ask and find out it's nothing than to ignore something that needs attention. But for many folks, just adjusting sleep habits, moving from stomach sleeping to side sleeping, using the right pillow, setting up a relaxing bedtime routine, and keeping a steady schedule can ease a lot of that quiet nighttime strain on the heart. These aren't complicated fixes. They don't cost anything really, but they offer real benefits that help you wake up feeling ready to enjoy the day ahead. As you take these ideas and try them out, remember, this isn't about making your sleep perfect overnight. It's about making small changes, one step at a time. Maybe tonight, you start with simply adding that pillow between your knees. Tomorrow, maybe you dim the lights a little earlier and do a bit of quiet breathing before bed. Bit by bit, it all adds up. And once it does, you'll likely notice something that surprises you. It's not just about feeling more rested in the morning, it's about feeling stronger, steadier, and more connected to yourself throughout the whole day. A calm heart supports a calm mind, and both help you enjoy the simple, good things in life. Time with family, a quiet walk in the park, sitting on your porch with a cup of tea. If you found this conversation helpful, I'd really love to hear about it. Feel free to share your thoughts or your own sleep habits in the comments below. Maybe you've tried some of these adjustments already, or maybe this is your first time hearing about the connection between sleep position and heart health. Either way, your experience could help someone else who's just starting their own journey toward better rest. And if you'd like to keep learning with us, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got more simple, practical tips coming your way to help you live well, feel strong, and enjoy your best years with confidence and peace of mind. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Here's to quiet nights, steady hearts, and waking up each morning feeling just a little bit better than the day before. Take care, sleep well, and I'll see you again soon.